We're going to talk about some Makari sales and this return and how it went down. It's crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Over the Years. It's always a pleasure to see you all. So we have had been doing pretty well on Makari as of late. So we're going to talk about some sales, and even crazier, we're going to talk about a return on Makari. As you guys can see, we've been processing a bunch of items, getting stuff listed, getting stuff ready for the Whatnot show. So don't forget to go over to Whatnot, bookmark that show. It's on September 30th. Everything's going to start at $1. It's going to be crazy. We're super excited about that. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the studio chair and put on the studio camera. And we're going to talk about some Makari sales and this return and how it went down. It's crazy how the Makari return system works. So hopefully this is some good information for everybody. As always, we just want to educate and entertain. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. But we're going to see you guys on the other camera. You guys, let's see the light, the mic, computer, camera. So yeah, let's go have some fun. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome back. So we're going to talk about Makari. For those of you that don't know, I sell on every platform: eBay, Etsy, Makari, Poshmark, Depop, Grailed, and whatnot. So Makari, although eBay is our number one platform, I think, as far as volume goes and monetary amount, but we do very well on Makari. It's a whole different beast, obviously, than eBay is, and maybe if that's something that you all are interested in, you want to learn more about Makari, all you have to do is just let us know in the comment section below, and we'll make a video that goes a little bit more in depth into Makari. So I did want to, talk about a return that we got on Makari. And for those of you that don't know, I'll put a link down below also so you guys can check out Makari. And I'll put a link down below for List Perfectly, which is what I'm currently using and have been using as far as a cross-listing, service. So I use List Perfectly to get my items across to all these different platforms. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Makari. First, we're going to show you guys some of the sales, and then obviously we're going to talk about the return that happened on Makari as one of our recent sales return request was open. So up first, we're going to show you guys this sale. This is an iPod, Apple iPod Classic, 5th generation. I picked this up at a yard sale, and I want to say I paid like $5 for it or something like that. I actually sent out a bunch of offers on eBay for lower than the cost of the item that it sold for on Makari. So it sold on Makari for $45. That item has already been shipped out and feedback received and everything like that. So that was definitely a really good sale. Nice sort of flip. I got super lucky. I came home, I plugged it up, charged it, everything worked. So whenever the electronics work, it's definitely going to boost the value of that. But these older iPods are definitely something to keep your eye out for. There's a big market for there. It sold quick, probably within a couple of weeks. So definitely a quick little tip there for you all. So up next is going to be, this is a piece I got from my buddy Cernock. If you guys aren't watching this on the Reseller Information Network, make sure you guys tune in to the Reseller Information Network. Cernock got this piece for me, and I was able to bring it home, hook it up with a nice photo room, AI background, and got it listed. This is a vintage Murano glassware, hand blown finger vase, tricolor blue, green, amber. You got to kill them with the titles. You know what I'm saying? Got the AI background and the really cool title that's very descriptive and matches everything that is in there. This sold for $100, so definitely a really good sale there. It did have a Murano glassware sticker on it, so that obviously made it a little bit easier. Murano can be a very difficult category, not necessarily category, but I guess we'll say category for lack of a better word, to kind of navigate and swim through. So it always helps when there's a sticker on there, so you can kind of be very descriptive of the actual type of Murano, and you can put that as one of your pictures, and it definitely helps. So that sold for $100. I was super excited about that sale. Got that mailed out ASAP. Let's see. Up next, Golf club. This is an older listing, which is very interesting because generally older listings don't sell on Makari. It's usually listings that you list within a couple of weeks. I'm really bad about refreshing my Makari store and my listings. That is something that's on my long list of things that I need to do and get better at. So this was a golf club, women's golf club, tailor-made 7-iron. It sold for full asking price, $20. All of this is obviously plus shipping. I don't get the shipping though, that I get the label through Makari for those of you that don't know how Makari works. So this tailor-made 7-iron sold for 20 bucks, and it has also already been shipped and out the door. So we're super excited about that sale as well. This next sale, very interesting sale, because as you guys know, I have moved everything from my storage unit here to the house, and all the boxes are in the room next to me in our what was our guest room and is currently now my storage room, and it's just packed. It's you can barely walk in there, or else I'd take you guys in there. So I was actually looking for another item that I sold on Makari, and I'm getting ready to go through those boxes all next week. So I might be putting out a lot of videos about that as we kind of are starting to go through this inventory, see what's listed, see what we're going to try and pull some items for the Whatnot show, which is coming up on September 30th. So just kind of trying to get things in order as we prepare for the building, the construction of the shed in the backyard. So we're super excited about that. So anyways, I was moving some stuff I had in an eBay bag into a box, and I was like looking for the pieces while I was doing that had sold, and I pulled out this vase, and I was like, man, like I pulled out two pieces that I knew weren't listed. So I was like, why aren't these pieces listed? And then I pulled out this vase that just sold on Makari that has once again an older listing. You could tell because it doesn't have the AI background, and literally I touched it and it sold. It's so crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know how many other people. Let me know in the comment section below if this happens to you. But like sometimes, like if you touch something, it will sell. Like it's so weird. It would just, I don't know why. It's just one of those mysterious things of the universe. But it doesn't work like if you want to just like go around and touch the most expensive things you have listed. It won't work like that. Trust me, I've tried. But sometimes when you just touch a random thing, it just happens to sell like within the next 24 hours. I don't know why. I wish I did, but this did sell for $25, full asking price. So that just sold. So we're gonna have to get that one packed up and shipped out tomorrow or the day after. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, we're gonna get that shipped out tomorrow. So up next is the item that this whole story, this whole video is about. Okay, so we sold this Canon camera. I went to the Route 11 yard crawl, which is a long yard sale, route yard sale with Cernock in the Shenandoah Valley. And at one of these places we were at, it was like a big field with like vendors and people set up. And it was like the end of the day. And this is like the first day, not even like the official day, but like we went on Friday. And there was a box of stuff and it literally just said free. So, you know me, if I see free, I'm always going to look. Always look. You never know. So I see Canon camera with the lens. The lens looked like it was in good shape. I was like, yes, I'm picking this out of the box. It's free. I'm putting it in my bag. I'm taking it home. So I take it home, and I can clearly tell that there's some things that are not right with it. It's definitely broken. And so I listed it, and we're gonna pull up the listing in Makari. And what I'm gonna go over in Makari is definitely obviously like important with every platform that you list on. It's just, you know, when you have an electronics and it's any part of it is not working, I always post it as, you know, for parts not working, repair parts not working. And I do this primarily because of eBay, but because I'm so, you know, like very meticulous about how I list things, I carried that same sort of mentality to every platform that I sell on. So this camera sold for, it came with the camera, the body, the lens, and the strap, and it sold for 60 bucks. Okay, so the person, I shipped it out, I sent it to them. So first, let's do this. Let's look at the listing, and then I'll explain to you guys how the return went down. Actually, no, let's do this. I hope you guys love how like this is just me thinking and talking to you guys, and we're working through this video together. So the camera sold. I shipped the camera. Obviously, perfectly shipping job. You know how we're very also meticulous with our shipping. And so it gets delivered, and like you on Makari, it gets delivered, you get the notification. So you don't get paid until the buyer rates you, or 3 days pass without the buyer rating you. Makari automatically processes the transaction. So it gets delivered. I see that it gets delivered. I'm super stoked because obviously I need the money, you know? So so then like maybe 20, 30 minutes later, I don't remember, but it was within like a very, immediate time frame. Okay. I get a notification from Makari. I pick up my phone, and everybody knows, you know how like you hear a notification and you're like, if it ain't a cha-ching and it's a notification from one of the reselling platforms, you're just like, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. And then you look and it says, buyer has opened a return request. I'm like, here we go. So I look at the request and I'm like, it says it's like a couple of pictures of things. And mind you, we'll look at the listing. You'll see I took pictures of every angle of this camera. And I mentioned that it was dirty and it was broken, and you're gonna see all that. So the buyer says, this is broken on the camera. That is broken on the camera. It's dirty. It has a weird smell. And I'm just like, what? I mean, it's almost like this person like bought it and didn't pay attention to anything else. So I went and I looked at the buyer's profile. Sure enough, they are also a seller. And go figure, they sell cameras. So I'm 100% sure this person probably bought this camera and thought that there was going to be money in there for them to reflip this camera, because it was sold at a good price. A, because I got it for free. B, because there was broken parts on it. The lens alone by itself was probably worth $40 easily. So, for somebody who's a camera enthusiast, the body was, a project piece. And so I immediately am like, okay, there's no way I'm going to let this return go through. I'm going to fight this return. What is the saying? Tooth and nail, nail and tooth, something along those lines. So now let's bring up the listing really fast. Okay. So you guys can see this, and we'll go over the listing so you guys can understand what I did to protect myself. Not even to say protect myself, but to be upfront with the buyer. Like, I'm being 100% truthful, but in reality, yes, to protect myself against returns like this. Now, in the thumbnail, you see eBay, Makari 1, eBay 0. Now, a lot of that is because I'm sure most of you that know who sell on eBay have dealt with a return that you shouldn't have to be held accountable for, and you shouldn't have to accept, but eBay has forced your hands because of the way that they do things. This was a completely different case on Makari, which is why I gave Makari a point and eBay just has 0. Now, listen, eBay, if you're watching, I love you. You're my number one. You know what I'm saying? So don't hate me. Don't kill me at my eBay store. We love eBay. We love eBay. We love eBay. Okay. So let's share the screen really fast here. All right. And I share that. Wow. Okay. Add. And then we're in the matrix. And here we go. Okay. So this is a listing. First of all, let's take a look at the pictures. Shout out AI background. If you guys aren't using Photo Room for AI background for your photos, it's an absolute game changer. You guys can go on your computer, not on your phone, go on your computer, go to www.photoroom.com and use the code RIN, and you guys will get 10% off when you're using Photo Room. So first picture, beautiful picture. All right, now look at this. Second picture, up close. Like everything I take pictures of, it's the same technique. Front, side, back, side, up, below, and then any other sort of details that I might need to take. So you see right here, this is the front picture. Now you got the up top picture. Here we go from the side. Here we go from the back. Here we go from the other side. Here we go from the bottom. So if you look closely on the bottom, there's definitely a piece that's broken, which is one of the reasons why also I sold it as is. So then
There's another picture of the overall condition of the camera. And then here we go, taking the lens off so they can see inside. This is an important aspect when you're selling cameras. It's just to be able to see inside where the lens is. So listen, I normally clean everything. But because this camera was broken and I was selling it as is and I was giving the person a deal, I didn't necessarily take the time to like deep clean this camera. And I mentioned all of that, obviously. And then I took a picture of the lens because that's important as well. So you can see by the pictures, everything, like every angle, every discrepancy is all there. All the pictures are there, so you can see everything that's wrong with this camera. Now, let's go to, how do I get out of here? I go back. Okay, back to here. So now we're going to look at the listing. Sorry about that. Okay, condition is listed as poor. Very, very important. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, here's your details of item condition. Poor is major flaws, may be damaged or usable for parts. That's it. There's, if I would have put in fair, I would have been in trouble because it says functional. Okay, so listed the item under poor condition. All right, and then here we go down here. Untested, sold as is for parts and repair in all caps. Needs cleaning. Cosmetic wear as shown in pictures. Sold as is. Okay, so sold as is. Cosmetic wear. Needs cleaning. Untested, sold as is for parts and repair. All of that is in the description. So when Makari, I got the message back, so you get an option to review the return request. Have Makari review the return request. So in that, I sent to Makari, I said, listen, there is pictures of every angle that showed all the damage to the outside of the camera, whether it was broken, missing pieces, parts, anything like that. Inside the camera, which is one of the areas that they complained about, where it was dirty, showed that. Listed under the worst possible listing condition that Makari offers, which is poor, which, as you can see, states that an item is not functional, broken, and was sold for parts. I also stated in all caps, sold as is, twice. Also stated for parts or repair. All that was in there. Now, you guys know that in eBay, you get an INAD, the return is being forced. Like it's so difficult at times to fight returns on eBay. Luckily, with Makari, I sent that off, and I lied to you not, within 20 to 30 minutes, I get a message from Makari saying that your funds have been released. The request by the buyer has been denied. There's nothing else that you need to do. So they can't even rate me, leave feedback, nothing. They automatically, like within 20 to 30 minutes, they reviewed that request for a return and sided with me. My mind was absolutely blown. I was expecting, a 2 to 3 days sort of situation. No. 20 to 30 minutes. Case over. Case closed. Here's your money. Have a good day. Absolutely a blessing. So, moral of the story is to always be thorough. Whether it's, from testing your items, to photographing your items, to listing your items. The more thorough you are, there's going to be times, no matter what you do, how thorough you are, where you're just going to get the short end of the stick. I completely understand that. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I've had more success with returns on eBay than I haven't had success with. Most people will tell you it's just, you're never going to win. That's not necessarily true. And like I said, I'm not here trying to bash eBay at all. I'm just more trying to compare the two platforms and how this sort of situation goes, and also how to protect yourself when you're making these listings. So this is not an eBay bashing sort of situation. I hope you guys all understand that. It's not necessarily that the thumbnail is clickbait. It's not, it's a little clickbaity, but it's not like clickbait. It's basically like the experience I had with the Makari return. If I had to give a score, and like they were going head to head, in let's say 7 out of 10 times, this Makari experience has been better than an eBay experience. So listen, Cross listing. I love cross listing. This is me trying to tell you guys that it's a good idea to cross list. This is me telling you guys, be thorough with your pictures, your titles, your descriptions, the testing processes, you know, and it's all of these things wrapped in one video. So that's what my goal is here. Hopefully you guys, that translated through the camera to everybody. We want to thank you guys. Announcement. I have officially finally caught up and replied to every single comment on every single video that we have put out since we have made our return to YouTube. So shout out to all of the viewers who have left comments. Please continue to leave comments. Tell me what you guys like, what you don't like, what you guys want more of, how I can help you. This is what this interaction is all about. We are here for you guys and girls. We want to be able to, we want to be able to make videos that you guys want to watch. So once again, thank you guys so much for all the love and all support. Don't forget, September 30th, live on Whatnot. Go over there, bookmark that show. Everything's going to be starting at $1. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're super excited. So hopefully, we've been releasing videos in the morning time on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We might start experimenting with some later times just to kind of like, mess around with the algorithm, as the kids say these days. So big shout out to you guys. We love you. Thank you for all the love and support. Hopefully this helps some people. And as always, YouTube, stay classy. Peace.